Right, guys, UFC this weekend. It's Aljamain Sterling versus Zelal, and it's a pretty good card. Some fun fights on there. Going to run through my bets. So first up, we go the ladies, Julia versus Talita, and I like Julia in this matchup. I think she's got the much better striking and cardio. Alan Carr, she looks a bit gassy to me. She slows down in fights. She is a good grappler. But I think Julia, she should be able to escape the submissions and get back to her feet and defend most of the takedowns. And I like her striking a lot more. I think she's going to break down Alencar. So I'm taking Julia to win and over 1.5 rounds. And I put that with the Marcus versus Span fight under 2.5 rounds. That was 2.05 odds, and I got 1.5 units on that. And then I just got a small bet on Julia KO and over 1.5 rounds, which is 8 odds. So pretty long shot for that one. But I think she could get a late stoppage at a big price. And then moving on, Griffin versus Venezuela. Uh, Venezuela is a good striker from a kickboxing background, but this is his debut, and he's been fighting pretty low level guys. And I'm going to take a small shot on Griffin by decision. So Griffin, he's 40 years old, but I think he could give him a veteran lesson in this one. He's fought a lot of good guys. Went to decision with Michael Morales, which is pretty impressive. So yeah, I think Griffin can mix in the wrestling and use his experience to get a decision here, which is 350 odds. Just a small shot on that, half unit. Then Francis Marshall versus Brennan. Very confident on Marshall here. I think Marshall's very good. He's been looking a lot better each fight recently. I was really impressed with his performance against Marion Santos. I thought he actually won that fight, and Santos is a very good prospect. And he's going up against Lucas Brennan, who's a Bellator guy. He's a grappler, good jiu-jitsu. But I think Francis Marshall should be able to defend the takedowns, and he's much more dangerous on the feet. So Francis is the last leg of a multi of mine, and that's actually a max bet for me. So just need Francis to get the win, and I'll be up. But I'm also going to take a shot on Francis by KO at 450 odds. Got half a unit on that. I think Francis can, if he chooses to just defend takedowns and not engage with the grappling, I reckon he can get a KO because I don't think Lucas' striking is great. Next up, Filio versus Durden. Durden, he's got decent boxing, but he's been getting finished a lot lately, and I think his submission defense isn't great. He often shoots for takedowns when he's hurt and then gets caught in subs. And Filio's a really good jiu-jitsu guy. He had a very impressive submission in his last fight up against Clayton Carpenter, who's good at jiu-jitsu. So I like Filio by sub, which is 1.97 odds, and I got 1 unit on that. So pretty confident on Filio by sub. Then we're going Montague versus Silva. So I originally wasn't going to bet this fight. I think Montague's striking is really trash, at least in her last fight. But she is a good wrestler and she's very physically strong. And at the weigh-ins, Silva just looked really not a good look. She was crying, had to use the box, and yeah, she just looks mentally not all there. And she's on a four-fight losing streak since she got a no contest after popping for Ritalin, which is like a drug. It's a drug used for ADHD that makes you focus. I'm pretty sure that's what she got caught with. And ever since then, she hasn't looked good. I think mentally she's just not there. And seeing her at the weigh-ins, the way she was acting, has made me more confident that Montague's going to get the win. I think Montague's going to get takedowns and just beat her up down on the mat. So I got Montague in a parlay with some boxing stuff. So yeah, I think Montague, you could parlay her. And I also like Marshall. I think you could parlay him too. You could put those two together. But yeah, up to you. Dumas versus McVeigh. Not touching this one. Pretty sketchy fight. Um, I might put a small bet on McVeigh round one. I think he's dangerous round one, and Dumas is a bit of a quitter. So yeah, I could see McVeigh round one, but probably no other bet for this one. Rodolfo versus McConico. I think the odds are a little bit too wide on Rodolfo. Um, if he could get takedowns, he should win this fight. Eric McConico is not that good, but he is pretty big and athletic, so I'm not really confident that Rodolfo is going to get takedowns that easily. So it's a no bet. Buchecha versus Span. Now, I'm pretty confident on Buchecha, which might be a bit of a hot take. I know a lot of people are on Span, but I just can't back Span. He's just too gassy. He's only good round one, and then he just completely gasses. And he's live to get a round one finish in this matchup. But I think Buchecha actually looks pretty durable. He took some big shots from Kennedy in his last fight. And I liked Buchecha's cardio in the Kennedy fight. He was spamming takedowns the whole fight. So yeah, I think he's got a big cardio advantage. I also think Span may go for guillotines and engage in the jiu-jitsu. So I think that could benefit Buchecha in getting takedowns. So I'm taking Buchecha plus one takedown, 230 odds. I got 1 unit on that, and then I got 1.5 units on Buchecha money line at 1.75. So yeah, total of 2.5 units on Buchecha, which could be crazy and it could burn me, but that's what I'm going with. Montel Jackson versus Barcelos. I'm taking the old vet Barcelos by decision, just a small bet, 360. Barcelos could get KO'd, but man, I don't like Jackson. He's just too inconsistent. He can be really low volume. If he shows up, he's a beast. He's got all the physical attributes. He's massive for the weight class. He's got big power. I faded him against Figueiredo. I don't think it was a split. I think Figgy clearly won, and he's shown bad wrestling defense. Figgy was getting him down. Figgy was like way smaller. Daniel Marcos was getting him down, who's not known as a big wrestler. And Barcelos is a great wrestler. So I reckon Barcelos can get the upset and win a decision. I've got half a unit on that at 360. And then we're going David Grant versus Martinetti. I bet Grant early at 220. I thought he should be the favorite. Martinetti is much younger, so that is a big advantage. Martinetti looks very durable. He took a beating in his last fight. But yeah, I think Grant's just more crafty. He's a little bit more slick in the striking. He sets stuff up better. Martinelli throws a lot of single shots um, without any setup. Like he'll just spam like single leg kicks and stuff. And I think Grant, being the veteran, will be able to see those attacks coming. And I think he's just a little bit more crafty the way he sets up shots. So I like Grant in this one. Got him at 220. Got 2 units on him. Garcia versus Hernandez. Honestly, didn't really tape this fight. I really don't like Hernandez. Like, I'm just not a fan of him. So I'm just not interested in this fight. I'm not really that high on either guy. So yeah, I don't really have a strong take on this one. No bet. Dumont versus Edwards, also a no bet. I was considering the Edwards handicap, but the line was pretty shit. So no bet. Main event for this one, Sterling versus Lal. I'm gonna take Sterling by decision. Sterling's a decisionator. Um, you know, he does have good jiu-jitsu, but he hasn't been subbing guys in recent years. And Zelal's got good jiu-jitsu, so I think he will be able to defend the chokes. And I think uh, Sterling's got better wrestling, so I could see Sterling using his veteran experience to wrestling, getting to the back, controlling Zalal down on the mat, and winning a decision. So that's 360 odds. I got 1 unit on that. And then also, I just did a small bet on the Aljo sub 560. Just in case he gets a sub, but I think the decision is most likely outcome for Sterling. So yeah, they're all my bets. I'll put them up on the screen and let me know what you guys think in the comments and what bets you're liking this weekend.